This is the kind of stuff that distracts you during the day. So I had no way to know how much this hammer weighed. No way. Until I saw the Thor movie. And I said, yes, there's information there that I can turn into data. Here it is. Okay? Listen carefully to this scene.
Thor, Odin's son, my heir, my firstborn, so long entrusted with the mighty hammer Mjolnir, forged in the heart of a dying star. Its power has no equal, as a weapon to destroy or as a tool to build.
It's in there. He says, it is forged in the heart of a dying star. That's what he said. So then I ran home. Okay? Dying star densities, okay? Okay, so because in the universe, we can compress stuff really seriously in the universe. So rather than grams per cube, let's just talk how much mass you can fit into a thimble of the material of particular dying stars. One variety is called a white dwarf. If you take one thimble of white dwarf material, it will weigh 1 ton. It's some dense stuff. Yeah, okay. But that's not even the densest stuff we've got. All right, here we go. There's a denser dying star called a neutron star. That fits 1 trillion tons into a thimble. So I said, let me pick that. It's Thor's hammer. He's not going to use white dwarf material if he could use neutron star material. So once you get that density, you now need to know how big it is. If it's that much per thimble, how many thimbles worth is his hammer? And so I got a hold of his hammer, and then I measured it, and then I posted this tweet. If Thor's hammer is made of neutron star matter, implied by legend, then it weighs as much as a herd of 300 billion elephants. So that's why we can't pick it up. That's why the Hulk couldn't pick it up. The Hulk couldn't pick up the hammer. I said, I got this. Here is the hammer that I used. Okay, that's my hand. I told you I borrowed it from Thor. Just an FYI, Thor was kind enough to lend me Mjolnir so that I could make the proper measurements. Okay. Now, you may be thinking, that is some geeky stuff you just did, guys. Don't you have something better to think about during the day? Allow me to introduce you to a pair of people who are far geekier than I am. Right? So, headlines, 2 days later. Sorry, Neil deGrasse Tyson, but you're wrong about Thor's hammer. Okay, so here we go. These two mechanical engineers, Matt Shipman and Savine Mathaldu, the critical mistake Tyson makes is thinking that Mjolnir was forged of the core of a dying star, when it was actually forged in the core of a dying star. He's program manager in Material Science Division of the U.S. Army Research Office. This is your tax money at work. He's an adjunct material science professor at North Carolina State, diehard comics enthusiast. It is well documented that the hammer is made out of uru. Stupid, you didn't know it was like uru, right? A fictional metal from Thor's native home of Asgard. And Mathaldu can cite documentary sources to back him up. For example, Marvel, which published the Thor comics, issued a Thor's Hammer trading card in 1991 that states, Mjolnir is made of uru and weighs precisely 42.3 pounds. 42.3 pounds. I will concede to this number, even though I deeply prefer my number to the way Thor's hammer. Just saying. But I got a guru, didn't know about the guru. So you can actually make an accurate calculation, but if it's based on the wrong data, you're just wrong. All right, so some people think you apply the math, and therefore it's got to be right. But if garbage in is garbage out, right? This stuff has got to be reliable going in. Otherwise, you have no hope of embracing what emerges on the other side. Now, these are two slides you would have never imagined would ever be consecutive in any talk you would ever see in the history of the universe. You ready? Mathematics. I'll give you one last chance to look at that, because you'll never see it again. Ready? Mathematics. Wizard of Oz. Okay? When I first saw Wizard of Oz, I was not yet mathematically fluent, and then I saw a beautiful moment where there was a mathematical equation described in the movie. I said, well, I don't understand that equation. Maybe one day I will. And so I looked forward to the day I did. Then I went back to the movie and re-listened to that equation. Here it is. Ready?
Why, anybody can have a brain. That's a very mediocre commodity. Every pusillanimous creature that crawls on the earth or slinks through slimy seas has a brain. Back where I come from, we have universities, seats of great learning, where men go to become great thinkers. And when they come out, they think deep thoughts, and with no more brains than you have. But they have one thing you haven't got, a diploma. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Universitatis Committee Artem e Pluribus Unum, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of PhD. PhD? That's Doctor of Thinkology.
Sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side. Oh, John, I've got a brain.
Apparently not. This is what he said. The sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side. It was 10 years before I had enough math from when I had first seen the film to actually pay attention to that, and then only to realize that is not the case. Not. So again, here's what he said, but what I think he meant to say was, he meant to recite the Pythagorean theorem. The sum of the squares of the two sides of a right triangle is equal to the square of the remaining side. That is a statement of the Pythagorean theorem. We all learned about this in, what, 7th grade? Maybe 8th grade, latest? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I don't know if he actually looked like that. It's before they had selfies and things like that. You have to sit for a long time for someone to take your picture. So, just an interesting point. Equations that describe the universe, in almost every case, arrived after we had collected precise data on observations we made about what was going on in the universe. Now, of course, as an astrophysicist, I speak of the universe, but you all represent all manner of professional pathways. And so, but it applies everywhere in ways that most people don't know or don't appreciate. And so, here's another example. Yeah, I got them all. There's nothing I didn't leave out here.
Oh my God.
Okay? Let's visit our Disney princess as she creates her ice castle.
Frozen fractals all
Oh
around.
my God! We've got a Disney princess uttering this lyric. The word fractals is in a Disney song. Woo! Song science is trending. If you're going to